The Republican-led House of Representatives has put forth a budget proposal that has sent shockwaves across the nation. This proposal aims to slash trillions of dollars from essential social programs that are lifelines for millions of Americans. Medicaid, a program providing health care to low-income individuals and families, is on the chopping block. SNAP, a vital resource helping families put food on the table, faces drastic reductions. Even student loan programs, intended to ease the burden of education debt, are not spared from the budgetary axe. These proposed cuts are not mere numbers on a spreadsheet, they represent a direct hit to the most vulnerable members of our society. The elderly who rely on Medicaid for long-term care could be left with impossible choices. Children from low-income families could face hunger as SNAP benefits dwindle. Students striving for a better future could find their dreams hampered by crippling debt. The human cost of these cuts is immeasurable. The stated goal of these drastic cuts is to reduce the federal deficit. However, this justification rings hollow when considering the other major component of the budget proposal, massive tax cuts, primarily benefiting the wealthiest Americans and corporations. This juxtaposition raises serious questions about the true priorities driving this budget proposal. Are we truly committed to fiscal responsibility, or are we simply redistributing wealth upwards at the expense of those who can least afford it? While proposing to slash programs that support struggling Americans, the Republican budget simultaneously lavishes tax cuts upon the wealthiest individuals and corporations. This stark contrast lays bare the priorities underpinning this budget to further enrich those at the top while squeezing those at the bottom. The proposed tax cuts represent a continuation of a troubling trend that has persisted for decades, the systematic dismantling of our progressive tax system. This system, once a cornerstone of our social contract, ensured that those who benefited most from our economy contributed their fair share to support the common good. The Republican budget proposal throws this principle out the window, choosing instead to line the pockets of the already wealthy at the expense of everyone else. The potential consequences of this lopsided approach are dire. As wealth becomes increasingly concentrated at the top, economic inequality will continue to widen, creating a society of haves and have-nots. This trend threatens to undermine the very fabric of our democracy, as the influence of money in politics grows unchecked, and the voices of ordinary Americans are drowned out by the wealthy and powerful. Furthermore, the claim that these tax cuts will stimulate economic growth is dubious at best. History has shown time and again that trickle-down economics simply does not work. When corporations and the wealthy receive tax cuts, they often use the extra money to enrich themselves further, through stock buybacks and other measures that do little to boost the real economy or create jobs. Section 3. Voices of Dissent. Opposition to the budget cuts. Section 4. Broader economic implications. A myopic approach.